Welcome to the video lecture on n-element array with uniform amplitude and spacing. So this is a linear array of n isotropic point sources of equal amplitude and spacing. So this is a linear array. So why this is called as linear array? An array is said to be linear if the individual elements of the array are spaced equally along the straight line. An array is said to be uniform if the elements are fed by the currents of equal amplitude and having uniform progressive phase shift along the line. Now, the total far field pattern at any distant point P is obtained by adding vectorially the fields of the individual sources. Now, if we consider the point sources 1 and 2, then here the waves from the source 1 will reach the distant point only after some time than the waves from source 2. This is because of the path difference d cos theta. Now the path difference in wavelength is equal to d cos theta by lambda. Therefore the phase angle psi is equal to 2 pi into path difference, that is equal to 2 pi into d cos theta by lambda. So psi is equal to beta d cos theta, because 2 pi by lambda is beta, then d cos theta. So if the phase angle by which the current in source 2 leads the current I1, say by some amount alpha, then psi is equal to, there is a phase angle psi is equal to beta d cos theta plus alpha. Since the elements in the array are fed with the currents of equal magnitude and phase, the radiation pattern of the array is bidirectional and it is broadside. Now we are going to find out the maximum direction for the major lobe and the maximum direction of the minor lobe and the minimum direction of the minor lobes and the half power points. Now if we know what is the broadside array. So an array is said to be broadside if the phase angle makes maximum radiation perpendicular to the line of array, that is along 90 degree and 270 degree. So in the broadside array, all sources are in phase. That is alpha is equal to 0 and psi is equal to 0. So psi is equal to beta d cos theta plus alpha is equal to 0. So beta d cos theta max is equal to 0. So cos theta max is 0 and the theta max is equal to 90 degree or 270 degree. So the major lobe's maxima occurs in these directions, that is along 90 degree and 270 degree. Now we'll find out what is the maximum direction for the minor lobes. So the minor lobe maxima occurs between the first nulls and the higher order nulls. We know the total field strength for the array of n isotropic point sources. Et is equal to E naught into sin n psi by 2 divided by sin psi by 2. Now in this expression, Et is maximum when the numerator is maximum, that is sin n psi by 2 is maximum, provided the denominator should not be equal to 0. Therefore the numerator sin n psi by 2 is equal to 1 and n psi by 2 is equal to sin inverse of 1, that is multiples of pi by 2. So we can write this as plus or minus 2n plus 1 into pi by 2, where n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And n is a constant, and if n is equal to 0, then it will become, this corresponds to the major lobe maxima. So where n indicates the number of isotopic elements. Small n represents the number of isotopic elements. Now psi by 2 is equal to plus or minus 2n plus 1 into pi by 2n. So psi is equal to plus or minus 2n plus 1 into pi by n. So from this we can find out the theta max for the minor lobe. So that is equal to cos inverse of plus or minus 2n plus 1 into lambda divided by 2nd. So this is the maximum direction of the minor lobes. Now we substitute n is equal to 4, that is a number of isotopic radiators, that is 4, and d is equal to lambda by 2, that is the spacing between the elements, and the integer n is equal to 1. Now after substituting all these values, we'll be getting the theta value cos inverse of plus or minus 3 by 4. So the value will be plus or minus 41.4 degrees or plus or minus 138.6 degrees. That is and okay. Now no other maxima exists for n is greater than or equal to 2, because for n is equal to 2, the cos theta max will be plus or minus 5 by 4, which is greater than 1. So this value does not exist. So the minimum directions for minor lobes. So the minima is the direction through which the array radiates 0 power. So it is otherwise called as null direction, and the electric field intensity is 0 along the null direction. So to find out the directions, we have to take this the total electric field as 0. So that is sin n psi by 2 is equal to 0. So n psi by 2 is equal to sine inverse of 0. This is nothing but 180 degrees. So we can write this as n psi by 2 is equal to plus or minus capital N pi. So where n is equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. So this psi will become plus or minus 2 n pi divided by n. So from this we can find out the theta minimum for the minor lobes, that is equal to cos inverse of plus or minus n lambda divided by small nd. Small n is the number of isotropic radiators or the number of elements in the array. So for example, first we just take this integer n is equal to 1 and small n is equal to 4, and we know the distance between the elements is equal to lambda by 2. So after substituting all the values, we'll be getting the theta minimum for the minor lobe is equal to plus or minus 60 plus or minus plus or minus 120 degree. Then again for n is equal to 2, when you substitute, we'll get the value, that is theta minimum for the minor lobes is equal to plus or minus 0 plus or minus 180 degrees, that is 0 and 180 degrees. Now with the already calculated angles, we are going to plot the radiation pattern. That is we know the maxima, that is a maximum direction of the major lobe occurs along the direction 90 and 270. So this is a major lobe. Then coming to this minor lobe, that is a maximum direction for the minor lobe. So we know that this is the lobe between 0 and the higher order null. So this is 41.4 degrees and minus 138 plus or minus 41.4 and plus or minus 138.6. So we have this minor lobes along these directions. Then along 60 degrees, 120, 120 plus or minus 60 and plus or minus 120, we have the null direction, that is no power at all. So with this we can draw the radiation pattern for the broadside array. Now we will draw the radiation pattern or the field pattern for the end-fire array by following the same procedure as in the case of broadside array. We know what is an end-fire array. So in the end-fire array, the elements are spaced equally along the straight line and each element is fed with a current of equal magnitude at the opposite phase. So we get the maximum radiation along the array axis. So for an array to be end-fire, the phase angle is such that it makes the maximum radiation in the line of array, that is theta is equal to 0, 180 degree, and the total phase difference psi is expressed as psi is equal to beta d cos theta plus alpha. But here alpha is equal to minus pi. So that can be written as alpha is equal to minus beta d, that is equal to minus 2 pi by lambda into t, because beta, the phase constant, is 2 pi by lambda. When we substitute for this d as lambda by 2, then we will be getting minus pi. So alpha is equal to minus pi. So when we get the directions by using the formulas, we have to derive, as in the case of broadside array, then we'll get the maximum radiation is along the array axis, that is 0, 180 degree, and the direction of maximum radiation for the minor lobes as plus or minus 75 degrees, and the null directions as plus or minus 60, plus or minus 90, and plus or minus 120 degrees. Now when we compare this broadside and endfire array, here in the broadside array, antennas are fed in phase, so alpha is equal to 0. Here all the antenna elements are fed out of phase in endfire array, so that is alpha is equal to minus beta d. And in broadside array, the maximum radiation is perpendicular to the direction of array axis, whereas in endfire array, the maximum radiation is directed along the array axis. And the first null beamwidth is equal to 114.6 divided by L by lambda degrees in the broadside array, whereas in the endfire array it is plus or minus 114.6 into square root of 2 divided by L by lambda degrees. And the directivity of the broadside array is equal to 2 into L by lambda, whereas in the endfire array the directivity is 4 into L by lambda. Thank you.